Day number 13 of 20 minutes of vlogging for 365 days. No edits, no filters. Whatever happens, happens. And we are driving home from the grocery store. The sun is setting in the background. We're in Portugal.
And you're speeding. I keep hearing beep.
Well,
beep.
I'm going with the flow of traffic. I'm actually doing 50, it's 50. The funny thing about this rental car is like, if you go even 1 kilometer over the limit, it starts beeping at you. It's kind of silly. So you have to like turn off all the sound settings and stuff in order for it to be like a comfortable drive.
It's most silly when the car thinks the speed limit is something, but then your GPS is telling you the speed limit is something else.
Mm-hmm.
So the road, let's say, is 70, but your car thinks it's 50. So then you're going 70, and it's like,
you're 100% speeding.
slow down, oh my God. At the beginning, I was worried the rental car agency, I have a mic on as well.
Oh, you do? Okay, I didn't realize that, sorry.
At the beginning, I thought the rental car agency was like tracking his driving. And I was like, we're gonna get so many infractions. This is gonna be so expensive.
Speaking of expensive and inexpensive, well, actually, before I talk about that.
Hold on, hi. Everly, can you say hi?
Hi.
What's up?
I'm Canada.
You're from Canada.
Yeah.
And that's America.
Daddy's America.
Good job, yes.
Yeah.
And mommy's is Canada.
You know, I gotta say,
I'm glad she cleared that up because we've been getting a lot of comments about that lately.
You surprise me all the time, Everly.
Canada.
Well, and
Big truck just
yeah,
came up
sorry,
in
I
front
had
of
to
you.
pay attention.
That's okay.
So I wanted to go into a story of like driving. So everybody, like, I wonder what age you were when you started driving. What age were you? Let me know in the comments below. I actually started driving when I was 12. And I know that sounds wild, but my dad used to let us sit on his lap all the time when we were kids while steer the car, and he would do the pedals. And he would like literally like let us steer. And I always thought that was a really cool thing when I was a kid. And, you know, today to do something like that, you really have to be in the back roads because otherwise you're definitely breaking the law and you'll get in a lot of trouble. When back then, people would just like laugh and wave to you. Right now, it's definitely looked at differently.
Our blue car.
But when I was 12,
Blue car. What's our big car?
it's in Canada.
Blue car, our truck?
It's in Canada.
I need truck.
Yeah, you need the truck. She likes the truck. She really misses it. So when I was, hey, we're not gonna cry right now, babes.
Here, crying
So-
to the microphone.
Cry. Yeah,
Tell
you.
everybody why you're crying.
Yeah, tell everybody why you're crying. Is yours
Turned
off?
it off
Okay.
before I gave it to
Good call. So basically, when I was 12, my dad bought another car because the one that we had was like in rough shape, and my mom needed something to drive as well when he was out at work. So he bought a second car, and when we went to go pick it up, I was the only person he had available to take with him to go pick up this car, and we had to go get it. It was like a $500 beater, if I remember correctly. And so he put me in the car and said, okay, Frankie, you're gonna drive in front of me. You're gonna drive in front of me, and I'm gonna drive behind you, and we're gonna take it from basically 45 minutes away from where we lived back. And so I drove the car.
I can't sit with you.
I drove the car for 45 minutes with my dad, and he was like amazed by how well I drove and like praised me at the end. I did the speed limit the whole way. I could barely touch the pedals. I remember being like, I was 12. I was probably less than 5 foot tall, and I did it. We put some books down to help prop me up a little bit. And that's my driving story. It was super fun.
Frank still drives with a couple of books behind his back.
Yeah, I do. I'm still short, in other words. Thanks, Alex, for reminding me.
No problem. I'm here to make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I can tell. Sure. Yeah.
I gave my mic to Everly, and now
Yeah,
I don't know where
you
it
can
is.
take mine. Because I got to turn here.
Okay. Ooh, we're almost home, actually. So the nice thing about this house sit versus the last house sit is that we're way closer to town and like doing stuff. Today we went to where the biggest wave surfed ever in the world. World record holder, largest surf wave is in Portugal.
Where is it at, Alex?
Nazare.
There you go. You got it right.
We've been working on that for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So we went to that town today, had a really delicious lunch. We've still been, so the other day when we were at the beach, I told you guys we were going out for dinner. We did not end up going out. Actually, we did end up going out for dinner, but we didn't go to like a nice local spot that I wanted to go to, that I was excited because of the time change, blah, blah, blah. We ended up staying at the beach a really long time extra. Oh my God, the sunset is beautiful.
Turn it around so they can see it.
So we ended up staying at the beach a really long time because Everly was having fun. We met this really nice couple. They were telling us all their most favorite foods in Portugal. And like, I was chatting with that mom for like an hour. Anyways.
I almost forgot to press the clutch.
Do you have the clicker?
Sure.
So by the time we left the beach, it was like way late. And I was like, her mood was disintegrating. And I'm like, listen, we do not have time to go sit at a fancy restaurant, like European style dinner, which is a little bit slower paced.
And like, I feel like every restaurant is like that here.
Yeah, which is fine. If you're trying to have like a leisurely, like, I think our problem as North Americans, or just our problem as you and I, is that we eat fast.
I'm ready to go.
And then and also we have a 2-year-old, so we're like boom, 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 in, out. Oh, the moon's huge too. Wow, what a beautiful night. So anyways, for us to like go sit at a meal and then like wait for them to come and then wait for them to take your order and then wait for the food and then wait for I just was like, no. So you know what we did? We went to McDonald's because it was fast.
Yep.
And it was pretty tasty.
And Everly actually met 2 wonderful friends while she was there. I mean, obviously, we're not going to connect with them ever again, most likely, because it was super random. And they didn't even... One of them spoke, the family spoke a little bit of English, but the girl did not. And the one before had no English whatsoever. So, but it was really cool to see them interact. And we loved that.
It was fun. They were like, they both had their Happy Meal toys and they were like playing with each other.
Yeah, I think that kids, even without having the same language, it's not as much of a barrier for them because they just do whatever kids do, and that's just be silly and play. And you don't even have to speak the same language. You just start trying to pass things to each other, you know? Kids will be kids. But I did get one comment that asked, like, what was the most trouble I got into as a kid? And I can't really think of a specific moment, but I felt like we got in trouble, like, kind of all the time.
You know what I was thinking of?
What?
It wasn't about when you got in trouble, but it was when your sister pooped her pants.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should tell that story. I feel bad.
I feel like if you start getting into poop pants stories, every 20 minutes is just going to be a new poop pants story.
Yeah, and like, long story short, everybody in my family except for myself, like my immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, everybody when we lived in Florida pooped their pants at some point in time from eating Checkers, fast food restaurant in Florida. And I was the only one that never did. So from 12 on, I never pooped my pants.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't say that.
Yeah, Alex has pooped her pants a couple times.
I pooped my pants
since
one
I've
time,
known her.
staring at Frankie in the eyes, saying, "It's happening! Don't look at me!"
We were in an elevator.
Like, oh my God!
You know, as beautiful as it is, I'll never forget that moment, babe. Oh man, that was something else for sure. Yeah.
Let's go check on the dogs.
Okay, we gotta check on the dogs. We gotta check on the animals. We gotta make sure the pigeon's good. These are all the things that we gotta do. We gotta check before we head in for the night.
Yo, can you guys tell me why this is happening?
Go ahead, bring it over there.
Freaking laundry. I'm doing the exact same thing I do in Canada. We have these like very eco-friendly laundry strips that I actually packed and brought with us. My like sweater is getting bleach stains. From what? There's no bleach in the laundry. I don't understand what's happening. There was this tiny one the other day, and I was like, that's weird. And then I washed it again because Everly had spaghetti all over her face, and then she kissed me. Very sweet. But then I took it. I didn't pre-spray it or anything. And look, my sweater is basically like ruined. How do you fix that? What do you do? I don't even know. I was thinking I just got to like bleach tie-dye the whole thing just to like cover the stain. It's kind of ridiculous. Ooh, also, I don't know if, at the store today, Everly picked out this dress. Everly, do you want to show them your new dress? Fancy. It's a size 5'6", and it is very cute. And she's wearing the 2026 jean dress overall look.
Do it well.
Can you do a full spin? Whoa. Very nice. I love it. Are you happy with your purchase?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Also, we've been eating a lot of lemons, and Frank is going to have to investigate under the tree to see if this is where the chickens have relocated, because we've been letting the dogs into the pool area because we're in the pool area all the time. But so apparently the chickens won't lay eggs in the pool area if the dogs are in there. So now we don't know where the chickens are laying eggs.
We're saying that the couple that owns the spot was saying that the chances that they do lay them here when the dogs go into the back area over here. But I don't see it. Well, the thing is that they don't let the dogs in this area at all. And they told us we could. And we did, but we didn't know it was going to affect where they were potentially going to lay the eggs.
Can you come this way so that everyone
I am coming. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Everybody, let's go to the house. Daddy has to get all the groceries. Here's something crazy too. Groceries in Europe, at least in Portugal, to me, feel very inexpensive considering the prices are all crazy right now. So like everything, including this pillow and her dress, was €75.
Everly, can you carry the bread?
This pillow was €8. Her dress, €17. And then all the rest of the food, €48.
It's pretty good. Oh, and I bought a $12 face lotion.
And that, yeah, including the $12 face lotion.
Mm-hmm.
So the pillow and
Let's
the dress
go get a bag.
and the face lotion were very expensive compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go grab
I
it.
ran out of face lotion, so I needed a new one. And then I was like, I can't read any of these labels. I don't know what I'm buying. I tried to Google Translate some of this stuff.
Can you think of a time when you were a kid where you got in a lot of trouble?
When I got in a lot of trouble. Do you want to carry something, baby? Go to Daddy. He's going to go in the house, and then you can have a little tittle bit of ice cream, okay? So this one time... Okay, so as a child, I was great. But then as a teenager, I was pretty awful. I don't know if we want to go down Alex's awful teenage angst years.
You could go when you were a child.
Well, I can't remember any child stories. But so this one time, my parents grounded me, and I can't remember for what. I'm like, was it because I was lying about going to school and I actually never actually attended school, or was it because... I think that's probably what it was about. Ooh, there's a whole backstory. Anyways, I was grounded, and I didn't want to be grounded. Being grounded is dumb. So nobody do this. And if there's children watching, I'm very sorry. I was reckless, incredibly reckless. I went to my bedroom, stormed off, and then I cranked my window open, second floor, popped the screen out, and then jumped off the roof. Landed. Definitely didn't feel great. Tried to like tuck and roll, but kind of rolled my ankle a little bit, whatever. And then I walked off, and I'm pretty sure a friend of mine picked me up down the road. And then her and I spent the whole evening together, went to like a party together, did teenage stuff together. And then came home, and I don't think I was grounded anymore after that. They were like, they gave up. They were like, all right, well, this isn't working. So anyways, that's the one time I got grounded. I jumped off the roof to avoid it.
I can't remember a time where I got like in a lot of trouble because I feel like my parents are pretty lenient people. They were really let me kind of do whatever I want. I never really snuck out late, never had to. I would just tell them, what I was going to do or whatever. And they would say, be home by this time. And I would do it for the most part, if I remember correctly. Mom, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me a story where I got in a lot of trouble as a kid. Can't really remember one off the top of my head, but I could say this. I got into a dangerous situation once when I was 16 or I think I was 17. And I was sick for like the last 4 days or so. This is a car story. And we had this little Plymouth Neon, and the tires were pretty bald on it. And I remember not having enough money for fuel to like go drive over to my friend's house. And all I wanted to do, because I've been sick for the last couple of days, was just go hang out with my friend and play video games, just like relax and hang out. And I was like over my cold finally, where I could do that. And my parents didn't have money for gas. And typically I always filled up the tank, and I would usually have money. But since I was not working for that week, basically, because I was sick, I didn't have any extra cash floating around. So I asked my sister for like $5 to just go fuel up, put enough in there to get back and forth. And she denied me. She said no. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go anyway. If I run out of gas, I run out of gas. And as I'm driving to my friend's house, it just got done raining. And I remember seeing like a little bit of like oil slick kind of stuff on the road. And I'm just driving. I'm going normal speed, nothing crazy, not speeding at all, doing the speed limit. And the car just starts drifting back and forth. And the next thing you know, I'm spinning like this. And as I'm spinning, I see this car coming my direction, and he's trying to avoid me going across the street back and forth. My side, his side, my side, his side, because the car kept going like this from back and forth. And it looks like we're going to hit head on. And all of a sudden, last second, I hit his front wheel well on the right side. And I bounced off of him. I had my seatbelt on. No airbags deployed in my car. His, I think, definitely did. And it was quite literally an accident. The guy was like, holy crap, I was trying to avoid you. I went back. I was like, I saw you every time I spun around that you were on a different side of the road. And he was like, that was really literally an accident. Like, he even said it. And I was like, yeah, I like the car just lost control. And it was because my tires were so bald, and I must have hit like just like an oil patch on the road because there was no puddle. And totaled that car.
Oops.
Yep. And so that was an experience that was kind of wild. And at the same time, I got in some trouble because I took the car for a spin to go to my friend's house.
A literal spin?
Literal spin, and then it was totaled.
Yeah.
My dad was really happy that I was okay.
Mm.
My parents were both happy that I was okay. So they didn't give me too much crap for it, but like I definitely messed up.
Mm-hmm. The only time I spun a car, I think I was on my way to work, and I had a Tim Hortons coffee in one hand and I was driving in the other. And then I hit a patch of ice, and I was like, and then like came to and was like, oh, sick, I didn't spill my coffee.
Yeah. My mom once flipped the truck that she was driving on the way to work, and that's one of the big reasons why we all jumped in together to get a house for her in Sarasota closer to her job, because we were afraid that she was going to get into an accident somewhere along the way. Since then, she's definitely improved as a driver. She's a mail carrier, and she drives all the time for work. So I'm really proud of you, Mom. You're doing great. She just got a new car, too, not too long ago. So really proud of her for that, too, because I think it's her first real new car of her own since I could ever remember. Because she continued to drive the car that her and my dad got together, which wasn't exactly brand new, but it was pretty close. And they did almost 300,000 miles on that truck. So, yeah, kind of wild.
She just sold it.
She just sold it.
Like a year ago?
Actually, I think she traded it in.
Yeah.
And they gave her like a couple $100 for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Chevy and lasted a long time.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, what's that?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask inappropriate questions. You guys let me know, what's our average age of our audience right now?
What do you mean inappropriate?
Well, I was just wondering about things you may or may not have done in that car.
Oh. Actually, no, I think because I had like a girlfriend for a long time. And so I think that would have been the only person that anything quite inappropriate would have happened with in that car specifically.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
After that car, the next car I had, I can't even begin to explain. I don't even know if I want to explain that. My mom watches.
I know, right?
What's the age of our audience? You're funny, babe. Oh, man.
That's why even I I was like, I don't know if I want to tell
You know
my
what?
rebellious
Your
stories.
mom watches too.
I
You know, it's okay to tell rebellious stories, but like to get inappropriate, it's not.
know. What makes it inappropriate though? Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, I think it depends on what
Do you know that song where it's like they have a baby and it's like proof that we've been doing it?
yeah, that's fair. I just look at it like this: if you feel like it's gonna be a subject that like turns even your family off, you shouldn't talk about it.
Oh,
That's 20 minutes. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.